Hello and welcome to today's Living Word. I'm Dwayne Matz. What's it going to be? Grapes or thorns? We're going through the book of Isaiah. We're in chapter 7, wrapping it up here, starting at verse 21. We read, "It shall be in that day that a man will keep alive a young cow and 2 sheep. So it shall be from the abundance of milk they give that he will eat curds. For curds and honey everyone will eat who is left in the land. It shall happen in that day that wherever there could be 1,000 vines worth 1,000 shekels of silver, it will be for briars and thorns. With arrows and bows men will come there, because all the land will become briars and thorns. And to any hill which could be dug with the hoe, you will not go there, for fear of briars and thorns, but it will become a range for oxen and a place for sheep to roam." That's Isaiah 7:21 through 25. And this chapter closes out with a prophetic picture of the desolation of the land due to the conquering nations of Egypt and Assyria. Verses 21 and 22 remind the people that what was once tillable farmland will become nothing but undeveloped pasture land. A man could hope to maybe have a cow and maybe a couple of sheep, but that will be about it. The land will no longer be colonized except for colonies of bees. Verse 23 says that what could have been a fruitful vineyard worth lots of money will be nothing but a patch of briars and thorns. Verse 24 says that the land will be good for nothing but hunting. In other words, the land that once was fruitful in every way will now be turned into what we would call it a modern day hunting preserve that would be all that it's good for. Verse 25 tells us that the land will be utterly overrun by briars and thorns. In modern terms, the thorns and the briars are so bad you wouldn't bother looking for your golf ball in them, okay? It'll only be fit for tough oxen and thick-wooled sheep. Now contrast the condition of the land when the Israelites first spied it out. Numbers 13:23 tells us, "Then they came to the valley of Eshcol, and there cut down a branch with one cluster of grapes. They carried it between 2 of them on a pole. They also brought some of the pomegranates and figs." Grapes so lush, so big, it took 2 men to carry the cluster. Okay, so what does all this mean for you and I? Well, simply put, in the eternal scope of things, it's one or the other. God's eternal blessing for those who have put their faith in Christ, or God's eternal lack of anything good for those who reject his Son. It's heaven or hell. What will it be for you? Clusters of grapes or everlasting thorns? It's what you do with Jesus that matters. I'm Dwayne Matz, and that's today's Living Word.